Hey guys, this is Crystal with 660 Photo. I'm back with some results. Sorry we're a day late. If any of you have pets, you'll understand. We had a 10-year-old boxer and she passed away, so we were burying her yesterday. So I apologize for being a day late, but like I said, if you're a pet owner, you understand. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the results. The first one that we have is the one I told you about last week. That was the ladies only. It was a ladies only gambler race at Tad and Jim's Raceway of Magnolia. They actually had two races. One was the ladies only gambler race, and the other one was an open gamblers race. The ladies only was won by Mary Provost and her Nova. She beat out Jessica Stewart and her Junior Dragster for the win on that one. And the open gamblers race was Jack Blake in his Firebird versus Clay Pigeon in his S10. And Clay got his first ever win on that, so congrats to him. The next race that we have was Mr. Whipple's No Prep Grudge Fest. That was at Wichita Raceway Park in Iowa Park, Texas. The 650 class was won by Lanny Abney in Blonde Bully. And I'm sorry I don't have photos. I couldn't find any for the other two. Outlaw Street was won by Tom Gunner, and Small Tire was won by Kyle Buckmaster. And he also won the $5,000 bounty. I couldn't find a list anywhere of the other class winners. Those are the only ones that I have for that. So I apologize. If we find anything else, we'll put it on Facebook. The next race that we wanted to let you know about is the one for Farm Truck and Asians, the small tire show that they have, the finale of it. And, they film that when they're filming No Prep Kings. So we won't have any results for that until the show airs, but there were a few things that happened that you guys will be interested in and that we can tell you about. The first thing was kind of a big thing. I know a lot of the people who watch this channel also watch Street Racing Channel or the Old Man's Garage, Gen 2 Garage. Billy blew the motor up in the S10 while he was making a test pass against the Falcon at Dragway 4. The bad part is the motor was blown. The upside was that the truck went a personal best off the trailer, and it was on track to actually beat that time on the next pass when the motor blew. And I mean, you could see the puff of smoke. It was obvious it was gone. So they're going to be working on the truck here apparently in the future for a little while. The old man was going to enter the Malibu into the 7-0 class, and he was actually unable to do that because the spots were all sold out, so he didn't get to run the Malibu. And I'm going to definitely have to watch the show when it comes out because apparently the Falcon made a pretty big impression. Billy said that he couldn't wait for everybody to see the upsets that the Falcon pulled off at NPK. So I'm curious to find out what cars he actually did outrun. What I would love to know what drivers ended up looking at taillights that they weren't planning on looking at taillights. So the last race that I have to cover, and there's a lot of stuff going on at this one. It was War in the Woods, and that was the big one. That was the one I told you had all of that huge number of small tire entries. We have contest winners, the wheelie contest winner. We have the class winners. We have wrecks that we have to tell you about, and then we have some drama that we have to tell you about too. So just kind of hang with me. The first thing I wanted to let you know about is I wanted to tell you about Team Meatball. If you remember last week, or week before, we talked about they had just lost a team member, and I'm thinking this may have been their first race after that happened. And go check out their video. I think it's on Facebook. It may be on their YouTube, but they definitely paid their respects to Jacob Raymer in style. And so go check out their video. It was really cool. But they took 5 cars to this race, and 4 of them made it past the first round. And Alan Thompson, who drives Butterface, went pretty far into the rounds. They did great, I think, considering, what they were coming off of, with the death in their team and that kind of thing. The wheelie contest winner And I know I'm going to screw the name up, and I apologize ahead of time. But his name is Avijit Verma. I read somewhere, I believe they call him Jit a lot, so I'm going to do that also so that I don't butcher his name. But he drives a Fairmont that they call Pumpkin Spice, and there was a $2,000 pot for the wheelie contest, and Jet won that, so congratulations to him. Then we had small tire winner was Callie Nate. The hard tire winner was David Ballard. Big tire was Eric Trigale. I'm sorry, I know I've screwed that name up too. I'm horrible with names. Porta Pot was won by Brian White, and the second chance hard tire winner was Andrew Davis. There were also 2 wrecks that happened at this race. Justin Turgeon wrecked his Mustang, the gold Mustang. And I couldn't find any details about exactly how that wreck occurred. But you can see there was a pretty decent amount of damage to the car. The second wreck that occurred at this race was C.J. Buckner in Raggedy Ann. From what I've read, it looks like the brakes failed. There was a problem in the brake system. And it was a bad wreck. I mean, he went through tractor tires, and then he went through trees, and then he went through a fence, and then he caught on fire. So the body, and you can see here, was completely just totaled. And it's a miracle that CJ walked away just sore with some minor injuries. But, thankfully he did. He first planned to rebuild it, but go in a different direction as far as the body goes. But his wife, and I believe his daughter, changed his mind. His wife said Raggedy Ann has a soul, and they want to rebuild her in the same body, back to the way she was. So I'm pretty sure that's the direction they're going in right now, is to rebuild it in a coupe body. So then the last thing that happened at War in the Woods was apparently some Jerry Springer drama. And we try not to go into major detail about drama that has nothing to do with a race, or a car. But I did want to let you know that this happened. There was some Jerry Springer drama during this event. Several people were involved. Tempers flared. There were a lot of words and things slung around and thrown, and I believe there may have actually even been some punches thrown. If you want to know the specifics, who was involved, how it happened, what occurred, who may have gotten punched, who didn't, that kind of thing, go check out Ohio Grudge Racing's live from Monday night on their YouTube channel, because they were talking about it. They had, I think Lippy and Happy may have been on that, because I think there's a possibility that they were involved or stepped in to try, or something with that. But it's the last half, I think, of their live from Monday night. They talk about that, and they go into specific detail, who said what to who did what, and that kind of thing. So if you want the details, you can hop on over to their YouTube channel and check that out. But that's all I have for you this week, guys. Those are the results that I could come up with. I know I'm a day behind with this, so the upcoming races video that we do will be tomorrow. I'll drop that tomorrow night so that you know what's happening this weekend. And hopefully over the weekend I will finish the final editing for the first driver bio video that we are going to be putting out. And the first one that we're doing is Dennis James. And then I think maybe the next one that we'll do after that is Chris Gordon Block from South Carolina. But Dennis James, his video, hopefully I'll be uploading that before the end of this weekend or at the beginning of this coming week. So make sure that you like and subscribe so that you don't miss that. You don't miss the details about what races are happening and that kind of thing. And until then, guys, take care, and we will see you tomorrow on the next video.